Hi, and welcome to Nonprofit Marketing 101, a bonus session. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to share with you in the struggle that is nonprofit marketing. As nonprofits, we are unique in that marketing budgets are not always a line item for nonprofits, sometimes never, especially some of the smaller nonprofits. You may even find yourself borrowing, and stealing from other budgets, event budgets, program budgets, operational budgets, just in order to get a small piece to kickstart your efforts. Making your case for budgeting can be a constant uphill battle. The reason for this is many times, and simply and understandably, because donor dollars are often focused and earmarked as well as restricted to programming specifics. Keeping this in mind, I'm just going to briefly share some of the assets that you have with or without a budget so that you can start to scale your efforts with little to no funding, with the goal, of course, of gaining organizational support and hopefully a dedicated budget for your plans in the future as you demonstrate the value, the necessity of marketing to the success of a nonprofit's mission. Marketing done right will do these three things: connect or reconnect, introduce and reintroduce, and showcase your organization. And your why will influence all of these measurements. Sometimes when looking at your marketing and communications assets that you already have, it's best to try to get started by dovetailing them with something exciting that you have going on. Do you have a big anniversary? Are you honoring your history? Are you celebrating your contributions to the field? Are you asking for commitment to the future? Is there other reasons that you have that you might really gain traction and be able to share your story in order to increase relevance, grow your membership, grow your revenue, develop a deep connection as you're introducing and showcasing your organization to the public? Of course, developing a discipline framework is important, but what we're going to talk about today really is just some of the assets that you have already that you can use so that when you utilize these, you have concepts to test with your executive leadership and your volunteers so that they can fully understand where you are today and why it's so important that you continue to invest in marketing and communications to the growth of your nonprofit organization. What it is that people think you do sometimes is not exactly the same as what you actually do to help. And marketing communications is so important in filling this gap because many times people see a logo that they recognize, but they struggle to really put into words how you're relevant, what it is that you do to help them or to help people that they care about. So as you're showcasing your nonprofit, the best way is to use your assets in a way that motivates engagement. So what are your assets? We've got more assets than you might know. More than we can count on one hand, that's for sure. So play to your assets. As nonprofits, media is our asset. It's our best friend, and there's several different kinds of media. There's your owned media, and this is where many of your members or the public might go to see what you're all about, to see what your resources you're offering. And this is your website. Owned media are websites. Often these analytics will be a key tool in guiding any marketing communications tactics and strategy that we put forward. Sometimes our websites are overlooked. We think we don't have to update them very often. We forget about them when we have something new and exciting to share. Often they sit stagnant, very, very rarely reviewed. So utilize your owned media. Use your website to your fullest advantage. You also have key insights from your website. Make sure that you're using them. Pull your analytics from the back end. You also have your rented media. So rented media, in a lot of ways, you own it as well. This would be anything that's on a site you don't host. So social, for example. But you control a lot of the content, and you can really take a look at see how your clients are engaging with your brand, if your tactics are working, and if and when you ever have any dollars to put behind it, where would they be best utilized to get the biggest bang for your buck? Then you have your earned media. We all know what that is. It's when we get a great story about all the good work that we're doing and how we're making a difference in people's lives all over the world. So media is key in telling your story. It's really a piece that just really adds validation to your marketing and communications plans. So to take some time to really develop those relationships with your key media contacts, keep them informed, keep them apprised, Make sure that if they haven't been introduced to you or they have been introduced to you, that you're constantly reintroducing yourselves so that your story is first and foremost in their minds. Other assets that you have, your internal stakeholders. What do their marketing resources look like? We're talking about your board members, your key sponsors, maybe key volunteers, founders. What kind of budget do they have? What are they already doing in the marketplace that you can piggyback off of? And also, what are their stories in connection to your organization? Have you taken the time to really understand what they are and how they can fit into your marketing communications planning? Partnerships. Partnerships come in all shapes and sizes. One of the partnerships I would really encourage nonprofits to explore is your media partners. Often we think, I don't have any money for media buy, so there's no point. But that's not always the case. Often it's not the case, especially if you have a program or a big event that they would be interested in offering some in-kind trade for. Find out what it is that what is it that they need. See how you can fit into it in order to get some of your marketing pieces placed within their outlets in a way that doesn't cost you any money. And then also explore your resources. As nonprofits, we do have lots of resources available to us. We just have to go looking for them sometimes. Google Ad Grants is one, as well as other foundations and granting services that often will have special spots that you can write for that you can use to help augment your marketing plans. So my recommendations. Of course, know your story, share your story. These have to be in your pocket at all times when you're looking at marketing on a budget. Also track your successes, no matter how small your success are. When you can track them and show that they're there, and with a little bit of budget behind them, they could be scaled in a way bigger than you can even imagine. Just by supporting them a little bit with dollars will help your leadership see the importance of providing a marketing communications priority within your budget line. So thank you. That's marketing nonprofit on a budget, or no budget, I should say, 101. So thank you for your time today. Really would encourage you to think about a few of the things that we talked about and realize that money is not your only asset when you're talking about your marketing, your nonprofits. Take a look around you, and good luck to you all.